Muted. You muted. I think you're still muted. Hold up. You muted yourself. You muted yourself.
I'm still here. Hey, I'm still here.
There he is. Hey, what an intro. What an intro. Hey, this is the first one. First one. Hey, let's go,
Hey,
bro.
Hey, we here, bro.
Technical
What's up?
difficulties and everything. We made it here. Welcome everybody in the stream, man. We live streaming this thing. This isn't something we pre-recorded. You know what I mean? We're doing this live in front of you. You know what I mean? We're taking all the lumps right in front of you. So whatever mistakes that happen, y'all gonna see it right here. You know what I mean? We're not hiding nothing. It's right here. This is raw and uncut. All right. So later you'll get the other version on YouTube and be like, hey, I thought they said this.
Look, man, you know, I'm gonna be real, man. Like the clean cut and all that, man. Look, just give it to them how it is, bro. Just give it to them how it is, dog. We here.
Facts,
we
bro.
made it.
We did, man. Shout out to Canon, my boy, being in here with me tonight, man. It's our first episode 1 of the Creative in God Mode podcast, man. I'm excited about this mug. It has been literally over a year and some change for me as far as like being in the making of this thing, man. I've had the idea, I had the concept, but if I'm honest with you, I kind of slept on it and was just like, I don't even know if it's something that I should do. I don't know if it's something I should bring to the forefront, because like gaming and cast, I don't know, and hip hop and Christian hip hop, and look, I don't know. And then finally, man, like as the Lord has been working on your boy, it's just been one of these things where I'm just like, all right, man, like I just felt like God was like, all right, now's the time, bro. Unleash, just go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I praise God that you just got saved, man. Praise God.
I did. Hey. Come on, somebody. Come on.
No, but for real though, like it's very like there's not enough attention drawn to the rapper / gamer space. It's not enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I commend you, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Man, hey.
Like one of the reasons that I'm doing this is because I saw you do it. I'm like, for real. Nah, for real. I guess I never told you that, but like in a real way, like I saw you doing it. Even just like I appreciate how you tap into just like pop culture and stuff that I grew up in. Like for example, like you tapped into the Green Ranger, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be real. The Green Ranger was my favorite Ranger. The Green Ranger, the White Ranger, obviously that was the same person. But like,
right.
But they were my favorite. But I appreciated the fact that you tapped into something that I grew up in my own personal childhood. You know what I'm saying? And so gaming is also a thing that's in my childhood, bro. Like, I mean, I played video games all my life. I just don't always see people in our space, the rapper space, take advantage of the gaming space. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't rappers who are doing it. You know, I could be completely ignorant to, you know, I mean, you know, I know there are artists that are taking advantage of it. You know what I'm saying?
But it's very few.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean? Like, you know, for example, like I know T Grizzly get into it. I know Dirk got into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, I'm just like, all right, in the space in my own vicinity, like what artists really get into that space? And I saw you do it, and I'm just like, man, bro, that it was encouraging, because I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even trying to get on the TED Talk, but
yeah, no, you good. Like, go ahead, open it up.
But like in our space, you already know, like a lot of times in a Christian space, let's just start there. In a Christian space, like a lot of times, you know, you got certain things that are highly like exalted high, as far as like, for example, like a certain type of masculinity. Yep. Where men are seen as, you know, men are seen as a certain type of mature when they don't play video games. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like I'm too old for that. I don't play that no more. I outgrew video games. You know what I'm saying? I'm too successful to play video games.
Right. And so like I was always told video games at my age is a serious case of extended adolescence. And for me, I'm like, you can still, you know, hone in on your family, hone in on your craft. You can still be mature and responsible with your faith, but also your actual everyday life. Man, look,
like I think
once I started
Yeah.
Once I started realizing you got folks who are super spiritual, and and at the same time they know the Bible, but they don't do half the stuff that they preach. When I started learning that, then that's when I started understanding, like, man, you know what? It's okay for you to game, bro.
Right,
like,
right. And but here's the thing
okay
too, is that gaming too has changed since our parents and their parents. Like, what they knew is video gaming used to be super nerdy or super like, you don't, but it's like, bro, like athletes, tons of let's just call it what it is, like rappers and all across the board, Christian or not, all play video games, and even you can hear it in the references in certain songs, bro. Like this is stuff that's been talked about. So like when dudes is on a tour bus, they're either on 2K or Call of Duty or something. They're rocking something. So it's like gaming has been a part of the culture, and it's, to be fair, like in a post-COVID world, it's even bigger than what it was. So it's like, my thing is, bro, is like, that's what this whole podcast is about, bro. The whole circling back to what this is, man. The creative in God mode is literally just this idea of taking creatives who are in a God mode. Like when I go and I'm a creative and I'm out in my space, like I'm thinking from a lens of like, man, how would God handle some of this, man? Like, what am I doing something that, you know what I mean, God is honored by? Am I able to do this? And so like this whole thing between even having you on, bro, is like, it's an honor to have you on. So let me, like, while you came in and you gave me flowers, bro, like, bro, there's gonna be a lot of stuff we're gonna talk about tonight, man. Where we're gonna dig into some of the stuff that you're gonna be like, wow, I didn't even know Justin was there for that. I ain't even know, like, but like, real talk, like, I was not in the church growing up. So part of my story later on, I came to faith later, and I was already rapping and battle rapping and doing stuff in school, and then there comes a point where I meet Jesus later in my like freshman year of college, bro, for like recording music. I went to school to be in a studio because all I wanted to do was rap. I gave up everything to rap. Like, that's all I wanted to do. Sports, everything. Like, the only thing I didn't give up was video games. Like, I'm back here like on the sticks. Like, if I wasn't, that's the reality, bro. Like, I'm like rapping, or I'm doing a show, or I'm over here at a tournament. I'm at a tournament for like Gears of War, bro. Like, going in.
Games is one of the things that's in my family, bro. That's in my blood. I can't give up games. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I was never, okay, so look, there's this thing for those who watching who don't always know what happens in certain spaces and certain cultures. In certain cultures in Christian faith, sometimes what happens is people expect you to get rid of certain things that they feel like is contrary or contradictory to that of the faith. So they may say, hey, if Jesus is for holiness and righteousness, then we should not play music that is unholy and unrighteous. In other words, things that don't line up biblically to what Jesus thinks, feels, or sees how this world should be.
Yeah.
And I was never that artist that was like, I'm getting rid of my Tupac albums, I'm getting rid of Eminem, I'm getting rid of like whoever. Like, I was never that artist. You couldn't.
Oh, you never did that?
Hecky no, bro. I'm not getting rid of my. No,
okay, I didn't get rid of mine, but I definitely set mine to the side for a small season. I ain't gonna front. I did.
Ain't even do that. I ain't even do that. You know why? Because I believe that God works through all individuals in certain kind of ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for example, like if we, I'm not even. We could talk about you know, Calvinism, election, and all that. I ain't even get into that.
We do that on an episode. We'll do that on another one.
We're not even gonna get into that. But I believe God works through all individuals in different ways for His own purpose and His own good. Yeah. And so, like, I felt like artists, even though that they may have wrote certain lyrics that was not according to God's like perspective, like at least what I believe is God's perspective. I still believe God utilized them for His own good, for His own glory. And so, for example, you got artists like Eminem, artists like Royce da 5'9".
Yeah.
You got artists like Wayne, T.I., who still get their gifts from God. And I get to be a beneficiary of people who utilize their gifts to the fullness. Now, they may not be utilizing their gifts to honor God. but they're still utilizing the gifts that God gave them.
Yeah.
And when I, as a receiver of those gifts, I get to learn from artists like that. Just like if I play basketball, bro, if I'm gonna play basketball, be the best basketball player, I'm gonna learn from the best basketball player. Right. I'm not gonna learn from the best Christian basketball player. I'm gonna learn from the best basketball player. So whether Kobe is Christian or whether LeBron is Christian, I don't care if LeBron is like
Muslim. It don't matter.
Muslim. Like, I don't care. If he's
the
best, let me learn from the best. Let me learn from the best, so I can be my best for God's glory. So I don't care about the whole.
I think that's the thing, is like the church, and that's something we'll talk about in a minute too. We're gonna get into some of this stuff, but like, I think I made a post about this recently, and I think I don't really rock and agree with everything this dude says like that, but Mike Todd even kind of said it, and I was like, bro, I've been saying this for years, bro, for years. Mm-hmm. But it's the reality that, like, for some reason, the church is always 6 steps behind whatever's kind of already happening in culture. And so I'm gonna say it like this: like, when we're talking about just overarching what culture has been and produced. Like I said on my post, like, we wonder why the porn industry is so crazy. The reality is I believe the church dropped the ball. At some point, there was some kid who had a camera growing up, or like when cameras came out, and he wanted to film things, and the church said, no, we don't use that because we don't know how to use that here. We don't know how that would function here. And they just pushed it away. Well, that boy probably went over to LA or was already in LA. And that, I don't know if you've ever, lived in LA, but LA is expensive, bro. It's dumb. And I'm like, this dude probably, you know what I'm saying? Like, dying over there. Ain't have no money. He's like, bro, I'm strapped. I'm trying to follow the Lord. Like, I don't know what to do. I have no, like, community. And next thing you know, hey, I got 10.
I got this opportunity for you.
Exactly. I got 10K. I got 20K for you to just hold this camera. And it's a better camera than the one you got. And I'm going to let you film. You see that girl over there? Hey, look, I'll give you 20 G's and we can keep this kind of thing going if you want. And you know what? That's a hard thing, where a young cat who's not connected to community, who doesn't feel like he's belonging or ostracized because his giftings don't fit the paradigm of what the church is set up. Like, that's hard and disheartening, bro. And so, like, I think gaming is another byproduct of that right now. It's like, for years, gaming has been this space that, like, the church, anytime they don't know what to do with it, they fear it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you know what I mean? That's, I don't mean to cut you off.
You good.
That's always kind of been the you know, that's always kind of been the
church history.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like, you know, shout out to Paul, OG in the Bible, you know what I'm saying? Triple, quadruple OG.
Yeah,
you know
facts.
Like, but you know, Paul was always a student of the culture. He was like, man, I became all things to all men. Like, he studied the culture. He was amongst the people of the culture so that he can understand them. Like, I would fight to say Paul had a psychology degree, sociology degree, because of how much he studied people and culture. But I say that to say, like, when you are saying that you are studying something that is already moving, that is to say that you are not on the forefront. You may be on the back end, learning from what is already on the forefront. Like, for example, the church got in trouble a lot of time in old Christian church history. They got in trouble a lot of times because they were following what was already happening in the culture. Right. The church in Corinth, Paul was like, "Hey, stop sleeping with your mama." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's because
they did it back then.
They learned. Right. That's something that they saw others do within culture. Right. You know, even when they say, you know, in the Old Testament, it's like, man, I do not permit you to do X, Y, and Z, you know, tattoos, whatever it might be. It was because of certain things that they learned from others and other cultures. And so God was like, man, I don't permit y'all to do certain things like this. I don't permit y'all to do X, Y, and Z. Yeah. I don't permit you to follow what the culture is just doing. Like, I want you to be trendsetters within the culture and make my kingdom known. However, the church is always kind of taking the role of, let me study the culture. And either they'll study the culture and redeem it, or they'll
Right.
study the culture.
That's
and be
what
just
I was
like
about
it.
to get to, bro. Is that yes, bro?
Yeah.
Like there's a way to take God. Everything is God's, anyways. So it's like if
Mhm.
all of this is God's, there's maybe this amount of like things where God is not necessarily redeeming it. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
shoot drugs into my arm in the name of Jesus. Like nah, that's not how that works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not a redemptive thing. But when it comes to like created music and like there's still things that God is redeeming back because it's still his. Like you look at Eminem, you look at the Royce, you look at the the Kendricks, the whoever, like these guys, their gift is on display because that's still a God-bearing thing. Like that's, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm with you, man, 100%. And again, going back full circle, and we gonna jump right into this this podcast. We going in deep already. We just jumped into the deep end with the quickness. But I'm here for it,
yeah.
man. But I'm here for it. I think like what I want people to understand is like that's the point of this podcast, man, is to have the creatives. I believe every person is born creative. I think every single person is born creative. And some of you might be listening to this and you're like, bro, but I have no creative bone in my body. Like I know people who say that, but the reality is if you go back and you start to rewind the tape of your life or that person's life, I guarantee you there's some point in time where you were drawing, you were building with Legos, you were doing something, but it was somebody who spoke death over that creative thing you were doing. And then you allowed that thing to stop you. And so I believe everybody is, if we're image bearers, then I believe at the end of the day, bro, like 100% that inside of every individual human being, that there is a creative outlet inside of you. There's something for you to create and do. And so that's what this is, man. And obviously for me, man, like I look at myself, as like an urban digital missionary, bro. Like I'm out here like, bro, like that's me, bro. 100%.
Yeah.
And so I'm more focused on the urban context because that's like my core. That's me. And so I'm like, how do I speak into that for creatives who are in those spaces? But maybe you're not from that space. Doesn't matter. You still have that same creative gene in your DNA, man. So we want to be able to see people tap in to other creatives like yourself, Canon, who are super talented, insanely gifted at what you do. And I want to be able to, because for me, Christian hip hop, God used Christian hip hop to change my life, bro. If it wasn't for Christian rap music, the redemptive side of what I already was doing, those things led me to, I got more out of those records and some of your records even, bro. Like that helped mold and shape the early parts of my journey with Jesus. So like, so I'm getting up here to be like, hey, how can I pay that forward and carry on the legacy of what this space has done for me? Because I believe there's a lot of people who don't know about this space or other artists that are Christian that are doing it well. And I'm like, bro, how do I help elevate? And so, yes, I'm an artist. Yes, I'm an MC. Yes, that's what I love to do as well. But man, like, I want to be able to use my platform for something bigger than just me. And so I'm like, I want to get you. Again, man, I'm grateful that you're here. I appreciate you. And this is going to be fun. This is going to be a good time, man. And we're going to play some Black Ops while we have some dialogue at the same time. But before we get into Black Ops, I got my boy Asian Zing. He is he's my guy. He is named in the chat Asian Zing because we went and had Buffalo Wild Wings and he had never had the Asian Zing sauce. And I said, bro, that's like the best. And I put him on and that dude has never looked back. And he is Asian. He is Asian and it worked out perfect. So shout out to my awesome mod in the chat, Mr. Asian Zing, holding it down. You know what I mean? Bro.
Hey, people be sleeping on the Asian sauce when you put it on the wings, bro.
Come on, man.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. That's low key my favorite. Like when you put like that orange, what's it called? The sweet and sour?
Sweet and sour?
Chicken. Yeah, when you put that on the chicken. Dog, come on. Bro,
hey, look, we like this, bro. Come on, man. Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
So we about to play a little game with Canon before we start playing the actual game.
Shoot.
We got a little interactive game we're about to play first to kick this thing way
so you
off.
didn't tell me about this.
No. Look, I just told him how long we were gonna be going for. This is all. He gonna be able to just do this on the cuff with y'all too. All right. So Chat, you're going to be involved with this as well. So if you're in the live stream on Twitch or YouTube, you guys can actually mainly on Twitch. I'll say that if you're on Twitch, you're going to be able to experience the real interactiveness because that's where we got the poll. All right, so we're going to have this game that we're going to be playing. It's called Would You Rather. All right, Would You Rather. It's a classic game. All right. Would You Rather is where we're going to just throw out two options and we have to choose which one would you rather do. All right. And we're going to see what Canon has to say about these questions. And I mean, I'll answer. I'm going to play along too. So we're also going to put this in the chat for you guys in the chat to vote which one collectively is going to be higher. With like if the chat is higher on this, like most of the people in the chat, this is what they would rather do over the other one. So we're going to see where we're at. All right. So the first one is this. First one. Would you rather, Canon, would you rather leave your mic on during an embarrassing moment, or would you rather have your camera freeze in the worst possible expression?
Camera freeze. Yes, camera freeze.
You'd rather have
I can turn the camera freeze moment into an album cover and make money. Okay.
Look, that's the creative right there. That's that creative right there. Look, y'all see that?
Look, listen. Look, I'm not trying to be Shannon Sharp out here, okay? I'm not trying to... Oh, baby, yes.
Oh. No, Sway.
Turn the camera out.
No.
Turn the camera out. No, turn the camera out. Turn the mic off. Like, we not... No, look. You can look. I can make money off an image, you know what I'm saying? But there's only so much you can do off of a sound. But I mean, like, look. I mean,
yeah, he made a bag off that though. Unc did make a bag off that though. I mean, but it's still not good. But I'm just saying, you can make money off of that. It's just that's bad money.
I feel like
how does the Lord
that was a mistake?
How does the Lord redeem that situation?
Man, look, the only way you can redeem that and say is, man, that was my wife.
Exactly. I mean, that's it. In our context, it might make sense, but in Shannon's, it might not be.
No, but you know what? No. First of all, shame on the person recording it,
right?
And then shame on the person who uploaded it.
Come
okay,
on, bro.
You a freak for real.
Come on, man.
Okay? Like, it's one thing for Shannon to do his duty, but like, he was in the comfort of his own like privacy. He didn't know that he wasn't. He didn't know he was being recorded. Shame on the person who recorded that whole moment and uploaded. You're diabolical for uploading that, dog.
Yo, people said, would you rather? They said they would rather leave. They'd rather have a hot mic moment. Or y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
Listen, you know why I don't want to have a hot mic moment? Because my mouth will get me in trouble, and I'm around a whole bunch of like conservative Christians all the time sometimes, and they don't know how to handle my mouth.
They're gonna be like, oh no, you slipped and said a word. You're in trouble.
He's not Christian. That's not Christian canon. You can't say that. Man, look, I remember when I remember I had to apologize to the Christian community for saying shark. That was some BS to me, bro. Like, if I could take back my apology, I would.
Oh my God.
When I realized how ridiculous that was. Like.
All right, so the next one. This is our second one. We have a couple of these. All right, so the next one is, would you rather? All right, would you rather freestyle an entire concert set, or would you rather perform a set with lyrics that you forgot to rehearse? This is a MC. This is me and you can definitely relate to this.
This is easy. Look, for me, I want B. I don't want A. I want B. You know why? Because all I gotta do is put my lyrics over all the songs, and I just gotta lip sync that. And I ain't gonna lip sync it, but I'm gonna say all the words that I do know, and the words I don't know, I'm gonna let the track say.
Let that track say it.
I'm gonna let the track say. You know why? Because look, I'm not here trying to look. The only time freestyling work for me, for real, especially in front of an audience that I have to be like mindful of. The only time that works for me is in the studio when I can go back and say, all right, let me re-record that line because that didn't come out right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but outside of that, nah, man. Like, I'm look, if I don't know all the words, play the track. I'm gonna say every word I know, and the words I don't know, the track gonna say for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think for some people will be like, yo, I can freestyle an entire set. If you got that type of skill, hey, more power to you. That's like a what's that dude's name, man? Harry Mack. You know what I mean? Like that dude can freestyle with his whole set is freestyle. Great.
That's a
salute.
gift.
That's a gift, bro. Like
that's a gift.
I could back in my when I was like writing and like doing stuff every single day before I had 3 kids and all the things. Like I still write and I still rap, but I don't do it like when I was doing it then. It was like I could throw on a beat and go for like 3 minutes if you really got it. Like I could go, but that was like years ago. You know what I'm saying? But like some of these guys be like on it.
You say you can go for 3 minutes.
Oh Lord! All right, we're going to the next one. Would you rather have a permanent auto-tuned voice or have a drum beat follow you everywhere you go? Would you rather have a permanent auto-tuned voice or have a drum beat follow you everywhere you go? That'd be kind of cool though. Everywhere you go, you just walk in a room and then you got theme music everywhere you go. Just turn up. You know what I mean?
See. This is why rappers can't interview rappers because they think too much alike. hey. No, for real. You know the first thing I thought. All right, have you ever seen this? Have you ever seen the
Coming to America? Yeah.
Okay. Coming to America, I'm gonna get you, sucker. Like, there's too many movies where homie walked in with some theme music.
Yeah.
And it was mainly some drums.
And that junk set off, bro. It's just
dog. Give me the drums all day, because this thing, not everybody like auto-tune, and sometimes people overdo auto-tune. And
preach.
I gotta be able to tweak my auto-tune to make sure it's like palatable for all people. I got to make sure it sounds natural. If I don't have that like creative like control my auto tune, and I'm gonna just say, give me the drums. You know what I'm saying? So that whenever I'm coming around, you can hear me before you see me. It's like, the champ is here. Like, look, you gonna hear me before you see me.
Wow, the chat is 50-50. It's literally split. 50-50 permanent.
50?
Yeah, they got permanent auto-tune voice or drum beat everywhere. It's 50-50. They couldn't choose. They couldn't choose.
Look,
That's hilarious.
You can have the auto-tune. Like, I'm gonna just take vocal lessons and I'm gonna just sing over the drums they give me.
Yeah, facts. Facts. 100%. All right, last one is this one. Would you rather battle rap a kid who roasts you? A little kid, like a kid who roasts you, or battle rap a grandma who doesn't hold back.
But look, let me tell you like this.
I don't know if I could do grandma dirty, bro. I'd have to go at the kid who's been roasting me.
You know what? I think we got a lot in common, bro. You and I got a lot in common.
I couldn't go with grandma, man.
Based off that answer. But that's something we don't have in common. Grandma definitely getting that work. She definitely getting that work. Hey, Granny, is she gonna throw it back? Hey. Oh, let's say if Granny gonna throw it back.
Whoa.
Hey, if Granny coming with them grenades, if she coming with like, if it's too many pause moments in this. I'm sorry, bro. If Granny is gonna,
she said she's not gonna hold back. This a grandma that's like, hey. She gonna just let you know.
Listen. All right. So some people say, even though I can be like sporadic in my personality, that's why they call me loose cannon. Like, there's a truth to me that I do have an old soul. Where at times, and my wife can tell you this, I don't know how, I don't know why, but I attract sometimes older people. You know, so which makes me assume that I may have an older soul. So there's a sense of I can level with somebody older than my age. You know what I'm saying? Like I can identify with somebody older than my age, which may have allowed me in certain spaces and allowed me in certain rooms or certain relationships because I can level with people older than my age. So that lets me say if somebody older than my age is like like they dogging me in a
Yeah.
musical way or freestyle way, they not holding back. Oh, if they feel they can do that with me, that mean they already comfortable with me. And
I
if
mean,
they comfortable
that's
with me,
fair. That's fair.
then I'm giving it right back to
Yeah,
them.
bro,
And,
facts.
like I'm giving it right back. Look, that's already my reality. There's certain people in my life already that's a little bit older than me or much older than me, where they talk trash and I give it right back to them. Listen,
Yeah.
my mom, I get it from my mom, dog.
Those are
Like,
some
y'all
of the
think I
best
like,
friends, though. Like when you can have somebody that you can like, you know what I mean? Like you're close enough to that you can go like that with.
dog. Like my
You know what I mean?
mom is definitely one of them. My mom is a gamer. Like
Mm.
not like in a real way. My mom is a gamer. Y'all
Okay.
think I like games? My mom is a gamer.
So,
But
yeah,
her,
okay.
her generation wise, like cards, board games, you
Yeah,
name it.
yeah.
She will whoop you and dog you in the game.
And then
And
call
talk
you out on it.
trash.
Yeah. Like, oh, what's
Dog, this is why I can't let my mom win games. Because if I do, I won't hear the end of it. That's where I get it from.
Shout out
if
to
you
moms,
let me
man.
win, you ain't gonna hear the end of it. So I say that to say
this where your
like,
competitive
no,
nature comes from, right here.
it comes from the older generation. That's
Yeah.
where I get my competitive
Oh,
nature
yeah.
from.
Oh, yeah.
I feel at home all day with them.
Facts.
A little kid, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be like, man, I ain't trying to hurt your feelings, man. You still got a whole life to live. I don't want you growing up with insecurities. All that.
And I'm over
Look,
here like, hey man, if he's roasting me, that means it's like, bro, I'm tired of you thinking that you could just talk to people older than you.
Look,
Like I gotta
look.
I gotta son you real quick, cause you
But
be
that's the
trying,
thing,
you know what I
though.
mean?
But sometimes they be younger and they think they can handle it when they trying to like.
Hey, that's a
like,
lesson learned, son.
But I don't mind giving them that lesson. But I'm not
I mean,
trying
you
to
ain't.
school you every
But
time.
I'm saying you ain't gotta like beat him over the head with it if you're battling him. But I'm saying like, I think if a cat is like really wanting to, he's just trying you to test. I'm like, all right, I'll give you a little bit. I'll give you just enough to make you back up, so you don't. So you know, hey, I know. All right, cool.
I mean, I don't mind giving them. I don't mind giving them the lesson. Like I don't mind like putting them in this place.
Yeah.
But after a while, I'm just like,
Yeah, I'm a
look,
back.
I
Exactly.
ain't trying to feel bad after this. Look, look. Once I give you that, wop, I ain't trying to like make. I ain't trying to feel. I hope people don't misuse that clip. But I told you, all it takes is 5 seconds. You gotta watch what you say on here.
Too late.
But look, if a kid talking trash, and like he end up getting spanked in the game, like.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to have to come back and be like, hey man, you all right? I know I said it too. I took it too far. Nah, bro. You getting that? Nah, you getting everything that got coming to you. With somebody older, they already know what's up. They trying to see if you can keep up. I be that guy. The reason why I ain't trying to be the villain in his story.
Nah, hey
Like,
man.
nah.
Hey, I just be like, hey man. If you can't take it, don't dish it. That's why, bro. I be telling that to my kids though. I got daughters, bro, and they be like. Sometimes my older one try to run her mouth a little bit and try to like I can put it like this. We were playing this during COVID. We started playing Fortnite as a family, and she started talking a little bit of smack because she got a little nice on her little Nintendo Switch, trying to be able to. She's like, "Oh, Dad, I can build. Look how quick my builds are." And I'm like, she's like, I build better than you." And I was like, "Yeah, you do." So, and she's like, "Yeah, I can beat you. Let's 1v1 right now." I was like, "Right now?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Come on, man." And she goes, "I build better than you. I got you." I was like, "Okay." So we hopped on the sticks. I jumped on and I said, "Here's the deal. You might be able to build better than me. I'll give you that." I said, "But where I come from, I'm literally cut from the cloth of like, you better have your aim right. Because you can build all day, but can you aim? If you ain't got no aim, it's over for you." And so I was like, you can build your Eiffel Tower, but you got to come down sometime. And guess what?
Hey.
Every time that she started to come down, bop, bop, and then it was over. And she's like, "You beat me." I was like, "I told you." So it's like that for me. Is like, hey, sometimes I just gotta let you know what's really good. You know what I mean? And like,
see, look. You know what? This. Okay, now it makes sense because this sounds personal now.
Hey, look, I've lived it.
You gotta deal with some rugrats.
We now are entering that zone of age where cats are gonna be like, hey, they gonna try to test your gangster, bro, and be like, hey,
what's up, Unc?
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, hold up, why are you calling me that? I'm not old enough to be Unc. And they're like, they do
With
that.
an OG.
Yeah, I'm like, what are we talking about? What is it?
No, but no. But you know what? Certain games, I like that. I like that on certain games because I be talking trash. I talk trash on Call of Duty. I be like, dang, bro. Like they don't know my age on Call of Duty. If I'm smoking them, let's say I'm getting like a 40 piece or a 50 piece on Call of Duty, I'll be like, dang, bro, y'all got knocked by somebody who's 60. like I let them know, like, dang, bro, you trash, man. Like I'm over here in a nursing home and you over here got whacked by somebody who's 95 or over here. You know what I'm saying? Like
bro, that's when you hit them with the voice changer and be like,
Hey, boy, listen here. I'm gonna tell you right now, you better put that controller down and go get you some ice cream, pour you a bowl of cereal, tell your mama to come change your diaper. That's what we gonna do. You're talking too crazy.
That's what you gotta do. Yes.
Yes. Bro, the voice switch up was epic. I would expect that. But yes, exactly, dog. Like,
all right, so chat, we're gonna run some Nuketown 24/7. That's what we're gonna run right now.
I see you like that to warm up, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and run it like this. But you know, while we're doing this, we're still gonna continue the convos a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna keep the conversations going a little bit while we getting some gameplay in. You kind of said this earlier, but like your introduction to gaming, how did that happen, man? You got introduced to it like Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis, or what was your like first?
Are we talking about like video games or are we talking about just games in general? Like,
I'm saying like games and like video games.
Okay, so like I was always into video games. Like I like back in the day, I remember, I say back in the day like I'm old, bro. Dang. The way that just comes out.
Back in my day.
The way that just sounds of back in my day. Yeah, like games like WrestleMania or GoldenEye, like, you know what I'm saying? What was it? NBA
Jam? NBA Jam?
NBA Jams.
Come on, bro. That was fire, bro.
Dog, stuff like that. Like me and my cousins used to have sleepovers all the time. We play games all night.
Yes,
long,
bro. Yes, bro.
Competitions, the whole night.
Did you ever have the LAN parties with the Xboxes hooked all up?
See, that's the thing.
You never did
I
that?
didn't do all that. Nah, I wasn't that advanced. We ain't had no money like that.
No, bro, what you mean?
I had the Sega Saturn, though.
I'm talking like, did you have an Xbox 360?
Ooh, homie got. No, I didn't do the 360. I say it was Sega. I was on Sega for the most part.
Okay.
Oh, hold on, man. Who? Scuba Steve out here tripping. Hold on.
Oh, Scuba Steve out here running shop.
Y'all gonna have to deal with me. Yeah.
Oh. Yep, got him. I'm getting there. We're getting warmed up. Chat. We're getting warmed up.
Yeah, we warming up.
I got him.
We had to knock off the sentimental convo.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We had to turn it up real quick. I'm about to unleash 400 years.
Oh my.
400 years. Blood, sweat, and tears.
All right, so Canon, the first time, believe it or not, believe it or not, the first time I ever met you, bro. This is real talk. I met you. Do you remember an event called King's Fest?
King's Fest.
Do you remember what
that was? That was a festival.
It is, and it's
hence the name.
Yep. And it's in Virginia. It was in Norfolk, Virginia, or not Norfolk, Williamsburg, Virginia, at King's Dominion.
That was at a what's it called? Don't tell me. That was at a theme park.
Yep. I just told you the name of the theme park.
Oh, King's Dominion. Yeah. I remember though. I was with Lecrae.
Yes.
I was with Lecrae. Yeah.
You were hype manning with Lecrae in Williamsburg, and that was actually the first time I have met you. If you get a chance, I want you to
Don't be trying to get a whole bunch of kills while I'm getting a.
Oh no, I'm getting all the kills, bro. It's the whole purpose, bro. I'm trying to throw you off your game. It's like, you ever watched Hot Ones, right? Where they ask questions while they're eating wings? Well, we don't eat wings. We don't eat wings and ask questions. We play games and ask questions. So you got to be able to focus on both. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
If you look at this picture, tell me what comes to your mind in this picture. This is not at King's Fest, but man, this is what I remember seeing at King's Fest, and I was like, hey yo, this guy Canon crazy, bro.
Hold on.
You see
This
it?
is different than Hot Ones. Hold on, wait, hold on. Not yet, hold on.
Oh, the backflip?
Yeah, oh man.
Oh, the
So
backflip.
this was that Passion. For those of y'all who don't know, this was that Passion
conference.
Yeah, this is the Passion conference. But you do the same thing at almost, I would assume, most of the events y'all were doing. You know what I'm saying? That was like part of the show. So, what? Tell me about that experience, man. Like, I mean, you kind of gave us a backstory, but being on the road, doing all those events, man. Like, what was that season like? And like, doing the flip, man. Like, what? How did that come to be?
Okay.
How did y'all agree to that?
It was crazy.
How many contracts did you have to sign to?
It was crazy because I ain't had no insurance.
I knew it. Rappers ain't got no insurance, bro.
I had no insurance. What people don't know is I used to do gymnastics.
Okay.
So that wasn't a problem for me.
Nice.
Yo, I'm getting whooped. All these questions you asking me.
That's the point. Gotta
Oh
make
my
you struggle.
gosh.
Gotta make you struggle, kid.
Hey, they pushing though for real though. It's Friday night and they going crazy.
It's all right. We're here for a good time, not a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah. But yeah, no. It was always fun because I got a chance to just like, do some crazy stuff, go tour,
Yeah.
and flip on stage. Yo, hold on. Whoever Black Torta is, I'm going to
won.
destroy you.
Yo, we won still.
Gosh.
That's crazy.
Look. So back in the day, flipping on the stage, it was cool, but I stopped doing it after a while because here we go again. See?
It's like Hot Ones,
Because-
bro. It's hard to focus.
I stopped doing it because I'm like, look, if y'all not gonna insure me to do this, I ain't doing it no more. This is my bread and butter.
Yeah.
Hey, he camping in our respawn.
All right.
He camping in the respawn. I gotta play this smart. If I die, I mean not die. If I
You
get
injured.
hurt,
Yeah.
yeah. If I get injured, then what?
Yeah.
I got him though. I got homie who got you. Yeah, if I get injured, it's a wrap, bro. So for me, I'm just like, man, let me be careful. Because that's my bread and butter, and I don't want to be out here just like destroying my
Destroying
ability
your
to
leg.
perform.
Yeah, that's your. You knew that was gonna be what you're gonna be doing for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? That's your livelihood.
Well, I wasn't finna be flipping for the rest of my life, but I.
No, I'm saying like
I
I'm in like performing and rapping. Like you, that's what you wanted to do, was be on the stage rapping and performing. So it's like if you would have lost everything off of a backflip, you'd have been pissed, bro.
Been mad, bro. Yeah, dog. Like, and to be honest, I'm just like, I don't want to be my own reason of messing that up.
How did Cray handle that? Was he cool with it?
He found another hype man.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what it is.
No shots.
You know what I'm saying?
Shots, Cray. Shots.
Ain't no shots. He had to do what as always, he did what was best for his business. That's all.
Hey. Was
That's
that
what we all
why
do.
was that why like hold up, is that why you weren't able to be his hype man anymore, because you stopped doing the flips? I thought it was something else.
No. I stopped being his hype man because I had to consider my actual career as a rapper.
Yeah, you didn't want to
Can't
be
do both.
Yeah, you can't be a hype man and that.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can if you decide to be, but I wanted to focus on my career. And I appreciate everything that he did for me.
Yeah.
Like it's not a light thing. You know what I'm saying?
Can you tell me another? Speaking of Lecrae, this picture. Can you tell me about this picture, bro?
Oh my gosh, we was on tour.
You see this?
We was on tour and they put me on sandbags because I was so freaking short standing next to him. So they had me rap. He gave me some. He gave me a moment, man, where I could hone in, where I could like.
Oh, so you did like
show my craft.
you spit right here? Is this like a thing recorded? Like
That was a freestyle. You not finna play that though. Don't play that clip. Play it.
I don't have the clip, but I just saw this picture and was like, First of all, Lecrae's face looks wild, and it looks like you're looking at him like, "Hey man, I need you to get some sleep." Like it look extra
I was
crazy.
tired. I was tired, and I know he was tired because we
Oh.
had just did a show,
Yeah,
and that was early in the morning.
yeah,
That
I'm
was
sure.
early in the morning.
That's crazy. Yeah, he looked like it, bro. It looked like he ain't got much sleep at all, and you look like you were like, "Man, you good?" Like you were looking at him like it's like So I didn't know what this picture was. I found it and was like, "Yo, I gotta ask Canon about this picture, bro." Like what's the story behind that one? You know what I'm saying? Because I knew there was one.
Nah, we was tired, bro. I forget we did like 30 shows, and it wasn't just regular shows. This was stadium shows. This was stadium tour. It was a stadium tour, so it wasn't your average. Like we performing in front of like, 10,000, 15,000. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't average, man. But it was definitely like something that I learned. Like if you want to be a full-time artist, you got to be able to keep up.
Oh yeah.
And have a good schedule for yourself.
What do you feel like is one of the bigger takeaways during that season with Lecrae, like that you learned like as an artist and just that you've carried into just your livelihood today, not just as professionally but just as a man, you know what I'm saying? What are some things that you've learned
I would definitely say you got to be responsible, you got to be consistent. If you want to make it in the game, you have to be better at being a good man of character than you are of your craft. So be a good person. You know what I'm saying? Believe in the stuff that you're doing. Treat people right. You know, and at the end of the day, like you get what you put in. So, you know, it's obviously easier said than done at that level, but one thing that always stuck with me is it's gonna take a lot of hard work. So I mean, you know, nobody's perfect, but you definitely, what you can control is how you treat people.
Yeah, you know, 100%.
Hold on.
I mean,
where
yeah,
you come from?
I think that's the thing, man. Is like your character always carries you further than your talent can take you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All the time. So like, that's something I've always tried to embody, man. Is like, I don't have to be the dopest MC all the time, but if, man, like at the end of the day, like I hope my character speaks volumes above whatever that is. You know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah. Like let your character go. Let your character precede you further than your craft does, man. Yeah. Because when you stop rapping, that's what people
all you got left.
For. Mm-hmm.
One guy that speaking of like Call of Duty, us playing this tonight as I was preparing to go into this with you, man, it brought up some memories on me that you know, I've been playing COD off and on since the 360 era, man. Like I've been playing kind of off and on from then, and I think there was towards the end of the Xbox 360 time frame, I actually got kind of connected with a guy that you I know you're probably pretty familiar with, at least I would imagine so, is DJ Official.
Yeah, and that's the GOAT right there.
Yeah, bro. This is him on the screen. RIP, man. It's a DJ Official, man. He's a legend. He's a legend. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. And I played a lot of COD with him. I never really met him in person. I've never met him in person, but we played COD, and well, it was like me, Jason, JR, a couple of those guys, man. Like we would get on. I somehow got dragged into it through, I don't forgot how I got connected to them, but like that was the people sometimes I'd run games with. Yeah, man, just
Fist was always a real one, bro.
Yeah.
I used to carry out his DJ equipment. Like I used to carry out his DJ equipment. I used to help him set it up sometimes. I remember when he was dealing with, you know, cancer and stuff. He needed a lot more help.
Yeah.
And it was always an honor to be able to like be there for him. You know, he would always Fist was the one who had the most jokes. How did we lose? I see how
you know, yeah.
Fist had the most jokes though. Fish at a point in time, like when you go back to that clip, he looks a little older.
Yeah. Right here.
And
Yeah.
he looked older because he dropped massive weight at a point in time.
Cancer will do that,
And
bro.
yeah, and he didn't. I don't ever remember Fish complaining about anything. Regardless, even when the cancer came, I don't remember. He always cracked jokes. Jokes I can't even say till this day. He definitely was a Dave Chappelle fan.
Oh yeah, bro. He would be quoting some of that stuff in our 360 parties, bro. Like we be sitting there having a party chat. Yeah, bro.
The way he would requote it was just as funny as Dave Chappelle said it. But I just remember, man.
What's some stuff that you took from him, man? Because again, like I've never I've had conversations on like real surface level. You know what I mean? Like I'm on the Xbox with him, and he doesn't really know me. Like when we're with some guys he does know, and so I'm listening from that angle, and then talking from a maybe much more shallow angle than what you probably got to experience. So like, man, what are some things you remember of Fish, man, and honor his legacy and just who he is and who he was to just a lot of people, and specifically to those he was close to, and you, I'm assuming, were probably one of those people he was pretty close to in the space. So what are some things you know what I mean? Like remember that you like, man, like I took this away.
Yeah, so one was definitely take care of your people, and two, show up for your people. You got to remember, Fish struggled with cancer while he was on tour.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he was a DJ. What do DJs do? They make sure the artist is good. They make sure the artist can perform. He showed up on tour, on the road, away from his family, even with cancer.
Sheesh.
If that don't tell people to show up for your people, I don't know what does.
It's crazy.
His wife could have told him. His wife could have told him stay home. You know what I'm saying? His wife could have been like, "Hey, I don't want you out here working when you dealing with cancer." But Fish was like, "I gotta make money for my family, and I gotta show up for my people."
Right.
That's how I remember Fish.
That's wild. That's good, bro.
Fish. That's why I say Fish is a legend, bro. Because he did stuff for people some folks wouldn't do for their own people. You know.
Shout out to Fish, man.
His definitely was a hard one. Like it definitely was hard to accept because he did so much for so many people. It's one of them things where like if somebody could take cancer for him, I'm pretty sure one of us would. I'm pretty sure all of us would. If we could take something off his back, just like Jesus took it off of ours, we would have done the same.
Man, that's good, bro.
So like shout out to Fish, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's not a lot of people like Fish. I remember we even had a song that we never put out.
Wow.
And part of me is like, I don't know if I want to put out.
Right.
Because that's just something special between me and my brother. You know, he was working on a mixtape, and
that Intermission album is still one of my favorite albums of all time, bro.
Oh yeah, same.
Bro, so good.
And we had a song because of DJ Official. Me and KB was gonna work on a song together.
Ooh.
And it never came out because Fish didn't make it. But I still hold on to that song to this day. And I would be honest, it was one of the best time. It was one of my best lyrics at that time.
Oh wow!
Because the song, as we talk about creative, like the song was called "The Creative."
Wow!
And the song was about how creative can we be with rapping fast, and it was me and KB together.
Oh, I bet that was nasty, bro.
That was the first song I ever rapped in German.
What? Wait, what? In German?
It never came out.
That's crazy.
I was like, I want to do something. We was like, how many different ways can we rap fast in different languages even?
Sure.
Like before we heard like Take 9 do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
That's what we was on. So
That's sort of like my dude. I think you know him, Chris Noel, man.
yeah.
my dude Chris.
I love homie, bro.
Yeah.
That's the bro, man. He
Nasty.
you know, he showed me like there's no limit to this.
Yeah. But
So when Chris,
that's dope.
yeah, man. So I mean, I just said it to say like, Fish, he pulled something out of myself, out of my own creativity, showing me that I can make whatever kind of dope music I want to make as long as I put my heart and mind to it. And he's definitely stretched me as an artist.
So you did say that was your first time rapping in German. So have you done it before? Like again?
Nope.
Only on that one record.
Nope. Only on that one record.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
how special Fish was. It wasn't nobody else finna have me do that.
Cause he's German, right?
No, I don't know what.
No?
No. Fish. I don't know. I don't think Fish is German.
I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know Fish's full ethnicity. I'm not sure.
I got you. Yeah, I don't know either. I assume. I guess I just assumed just because you were like he was wanting you to do it. I was like maybe that's like homage to something
No.
like his. I don't know.
No, I only did that because he challenged me
He was
to
just
be as creative as possible.
I love it.
And I was like, he was like, do something you haven't done before. Say something you ain't said before. Well, I was like, I ain't never spoke German.
He's like, well, rap in German.
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
I was like, all right, I got you. You know, but
Did
yeah,
KB
man,
did KB write his verse to it too? Is it all the way done?
man, KB never wrote his verse.
Dang.
That's the other reason why I ain't come out.
Got it. Dang. KB, we
But
need
I'm
that
not-
verse, bro. Let's get-
Nah, it's too late for that.
Yeah, nah.
I'm good.
I feel that.
I'm
though.
good. But like, but it definitely was a fun experience. Like, it definitely
Yeah.
was a good time. Well, we got a chance to like stretch each other's craft. Homie thought it was sweet.
So what's something that you feel, bro, like we kind of like I feel like we hinted towards this part of the conversation, like we kind of touched on it, but like I want to
Okay.
kind of circle back and have this like direct conversation about it. And that's
Oh, you wanna have a direct conversation while we play Call of Duty?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh my God, you trifling. You so trifling. All right, come on.
I love it, man. Hey, welcome to the pod, boy. Where we do it real like this, doing something
Yeah,
different.
you got me negative 33 kid.
Hey, look,
deaths right
you gonna
now.
you gonna go on any other podcast or interview, and they're gonna be like, "What's the most craziest?" Man, I had to answer questions while playing Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh my
that was
gosh.
hard. It was hard. What do you feel like is the role of the body, by i.e. the church, in regards to utilizing like unconventional creatives, man, out here? What do you feel like the role of the body is, man? What do you think that should look like?
I think the role of the body is to give direction and encouragement, honestly.
Yeah.
Direction as far as like accountability, but also encouragement as to pushing people in the directions that God wants them to flourish in. And that can be hard because some people may not want to amen everything you got going on.
Right.
Um,
Because I feel like there's a lot of
just feel like
creatives that are
sometimes-
like super discouraged sometimes with, you know, their gifts.
Well, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I feel like sometimes the church can discourage people
Sure.
a lot of times from certain things. When I don't, you know, and as they should, if it's not appropriate,
Right.
You know. But I also feel like, you know, that sometimes the church can be seen as more discouraging than encouraging when it comes to people who really need the encouragement. They want to be seen as the ones who encourage when it's convenient, but when homies really need that encouragement, they don't feel like they can get it at times.
Yeah. Oh, best play. Look at you. You got the best play, bro. Let's go.
Man, that's because they playing with me, bro. They playing with me. They playing with me and playing with my emotions. Why
happened?
Zing Man talking trash real quick? Hold on, Zing Man. Zing Man said I was expecting CDL level play here. Hold on, man.
That's my boy
What are you
Asian
talking-
Zing. That's my boy Asian Zing.
What are you talking about, man? Hey, Zing, man. Why you Why you coming for us, man? Look, I'm trying to answer questions and play at the same time. I still ain't got my 40 piece.
We're gonna. The goal was to be able to try and get to that towards the end, but we were supposed to have been done a while ago as far as like the main podcast. But
Man, I knew we wasn't gonna end on time. You started a podcast with a black man. Come on now.
what?
We
Why?
wasn't
Why?
gonna start on time.
Why?
We wasn't gonna end on time.
It's like
We wasn't
it's
gonna
like
start on time or end on time.
it's a good old church service, bro. That's what we do.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm just trying to tell you.
Hey, facts. Asian Zing said at least we're clapping on beat in here. Facts, bro.
Come on, man. Hey, at least we got a beat. At least we on beat.
Yeah, bro.
I take that.
Yeah. So obviously, bro, I just said it earlier, man. Like I've known you before you knew me, which is kind of weird, but that sounds super creepy as I say it out loud.
Nah. That's respect, bro. That's respect.
You know what I mean?
That's respect. Nah, that's respect.
It's love, man. You know what I mean? So it's really dope, man. The whole conversation right now is super cool. But what I wanted to say on bringing this is gonna be really a challenging question probably for you. I think just because of I know at what level you may want to give the attention to this one. As I've followed your journey and as I've seen, you know, like a plethora of other artists, man, coming in to CHH and the like, I do know, like, as I've been out doing what I was doing, I remember there was a moment in CHH that I feel like the whole genre went on like it just took a gasp of breath, like what the heck, and like was in shock and awe, man. And I remember watching on YouTube and like some other content that got posted up and like just hearing about it. I'm gonna put this picture up. I believe it's this one. Man, this part of your journey, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I was definitely one of the people praying for you in this, bro. In this season. And I just wanted to bring this up just because, one, how good God is that you're on the other side of this screen playing a video game and talking about the goodness of God in your life is crazy. When I look at this picture, man, I know what I see, but I mean, I want to hear from you, just kind of what your thoughts are. You know what I'm saying?
You trying to get a brother choked up on the game.
Hey, I love you, bro. That's why I brought it up. You know what I'm saying? I do care, man. I care. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, man, that definitely was the realest part of that. Definitely was one of the most realest moments of my life, my wife's life. Because that was a moment we couldn't prepare for. You know, like you can prepare for marriage.
Yep.
You can prepare for trying to be the best rapper alive. You can prepare for your concerts. You can't prepare for a moment you're not expecting.
Yeah.
Near death. You can't prepare for that.
Yeah.
And that definitely taught me to take my life a lot more serious than I had before. It made me reconsider what was important to me.
Wow, I bet. Yeah, that's good.
I learned that like sometimes you go through seasons of life. Well, all people go through seasons of life where they recalibrate what's important to them. And sometimes it's just because of a natural thing that happens in life. But for me, this escalated that time. This definitely made me reconsider what was important in my life after this, which was family, which was legacy, which was identity. That's why, like, a lot of things that we feel pressured to feel like we gotta be or do as Christians.
Yeah.
I don't feel that no more.
Wow.
Cause I'm like, none of that matters when you gotta face death. None of that matters. I don't care what pastor you are.
What can
I don't
can
respect you unless you're not a good man. Unless you're a good man.
Can you give the people who don't
Like-
really understand? Like, there's some people in the chat maybe that maybe don't
Let
even
me-
know like what
Okay.
the heck happened to get you into this position?
Yeah.
Like, what in the world?
Yeah. So, I was doing a show. I was doing a concert. It was my show. It was the last show of the year. And the funny thing about this is, like, people who know me, I've always been a part of something crazy that's happened in my life. Whether that's, I can't even say everything, but just know I've had a crazy life.
Yeah.
And I got stuff in my life I can't always talk about. And so, so this show was like, I just did this show and I'm like, man, we went through a whole year and nothing bad happened this year.
Wow.
Like I went through a whole year and we made it out on top without any like real strong incidents. And we said this at the concert.
So
At
you
the
were
end
like
of the
just
show-
talking about it, and you're like, bro, what?
Yep. Yeah, I was like, yo, we made it. I'm looking at Doc. I'm like, yo, we made it a whole year without me screwing something up and hurting myself or setting us back. And it happened.
Wow.
Up until that point, after the concert, we go eat like we supposed to.
Oh, that's what we always do. You go to shows, you go eat. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then on the way to going to get something to eat, I saw these two trucks flipped over. When I saw these two trucks flipped over, and mind you, I'm in Nashville during this time. This is like 2 weeks after I just got married. I just got off my honeymoon.
Wow. 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Jeez.
3 weeks actually.
Oh, wow.
3 weeks after we got married, and I'm looking at my wife like, hey, I'm about to head out for the shows again, so hold it down while I'm gone. I never had to do that before. I never had to say, hey, I love you, I'll be back, hold the house down. Because this is my first show after I got married.
Wow.
So as a husband, I'm saying this to my wife for the very first time. And I leave, I do the show. After we do the show, I go try to get something to eat. On the highway, find this car flipped over. And as I see this car flipped over, I try to rescue the two individuals in the car. While I'm trying to save the two individuals in the car, some stuff was happening. One, there's gasoline that's just like leaking out of the truck. While the gasoline leaking out of the truck, I saw what I thought was a spark. So I'm thinking the car gonna blow up. I'm thinking the truck gonna blow up. The truck don't blow up, but we all panic. While we panicking, I'm kind of like, oh shoot, well let me take cover. Now being on the highway, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take cover behind this median because that's the only safe place I can take. Right. So as opposed to running back to my car, I try to jump behind this median to take cover. As I try to take cover, somebody's like, hey, where did Canon go?
Oh,
They're like, he's on the other side.
yeah.
On the other side of the median. What other side?
And it was no median.
There is no other side. There was a 40-foot drop. There was no other side.
Sheesh.
Oh, a 35-foot drop, rather.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
a 35
Still,
foot
that's
drop or something like that.
That's insane.
Yeah. So they got me with that. I won't say they got me with that, but I fell 35 feet. As I fall, I realized, dang, like I could die. I fell in a ravine, like
Jeez.
a construction ravine. Dang, give me my 30 piece, and they still didn't get my 30 piece.
You get 38 again.
Hey, at least I'm not in the negatives this time.
Hey, praise.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got the best play this time.
Oh, let's go.
Hold on.
Let's go.
Let me see what you get.
Eat. Give me that trip.
Three
Give me that
piece.
trip.
3 piece. 3 piece.
3 freeze and
I
a
would
fry.
argue- I was finna say I would argue to say there was more. Hey, we in the top though. We in the top. Come on.
I'm
Let me
not.
do
I'm
my
not in
dance.
there. I'm not in there. I didn't make the top 3. I was number 4. Even though I had a
Okay.
2.20 KD.
Okay, so let me put a
Yeah.
bow on the story
Yeah, go ahead.
because I feel like I'm rambling while I play.
Hey man, hey, you did really
Making the
good.
story
Hey, I'm
way
gonna just
longer.
give you applause in the chat because I knew this would be a hard one to talk about, but I was like, I don't know if this good time necessarily to talk about it, but I'm like, maybe it'll be easier for him so he doesn't have to so hard focus on it because I know it could be emotional. So I was like, maybe if I do it like this, it'll be a little bit easier for him to talk about.
Oh no.
You know what I mean?
No, it's all good. Okay, so here we go. So after I got done doing the show, like I said, like the truck flipped over. It was it was at night. It was in Nashville. I was living in ATL at the time. I tried to rescue these two guys from this truck, and as I tried to rescue these guys from the truck, man, we saw sparks from the car because we saw gasoline leaking from the front. We tried to take cover. I tried to take cover from whatever may explode behind this median. I jump on the other side of the highway. There is no other side. It's just a 35-foot drop, but we couldn't tell because it's too dark at night. As we get to that point of like trying to figure out where I'm at, they all realize I'm at the bottom of the ravine. So, and it's pitch dark down there. They were like, man, he's got to be down there. So they find me down there. There was like, some off-duty medics, off-duty firefighters or whatever on the scene. Praise God. And they ended up coming down to find me. I woke up. After I woke up, I see brother Tone at the time, Tony Tillman.
Yep.
Tone is fighting and arguing with the cops because Tone an ex-Crip and he probably don't like cops. So, but he's like, "That's my brother. That's my brother. Get your hands off me." Tone is trying to stay with me, while I'm hurt. And the cops is telling him like, if you're not blood relative, you can't be there. You can't be in this area. And so he's just like, I don't care that. Nah. Like that's when the moments was like, forget the Christian jargon. No, this is life. He was cussing out every cop.
Shout out to Tony Tillman, man.
Part of me was like, hell yeah, that's my brother. But I also was like, hey, that's my brother. Man, hey, Tone, it's cool.
Yeah,
cool.
right.
I'm gonna be okay. So long story short, they ended up airlifting me out. And they ended up carrying me out of the ravine. Ambulance drove me to the helicopter. Helicopter flew me out to the hospital. I wake up, and remember I was telling you that conversation I had with Doc. I was like, man, we went through a whole year without messing up.
Yeah.
I made it a whole year without screwing something up. Like, because people know me. They knew me literally as a loose cannon. They knew I did wild stuff. If you look at my song 10 Toes Deep, Good to Go, like, I'm rapping on top of a moving train that I'm not supposed to be on. I set stuff on fire. I was doing wild stuff down there. Like, I flipped off of stages and stuff like that. Could have broke my neck, all kind of stuff without insurance. Like, I did wild stuff back then. So I'm telling him, I'm like, man, like, I'm, my mind, when I see him in the hospital, my eyes open for the first time and I see him. And I remember telling him, I was like, man, I'm sorry, bro. I messed up. Dang. I looked at him like, I was like, man, my bad, bro. Like, I messed up our year. Like, we almost went a whole year without screw ups on my behalf. And I messed up. He was like, man, that broke my heart. And I was like, dang, bro. He was like, man, that me saying that to him, he was like, that almost made him quit, period. Because he was just like,
to my Doc?
It made him quit. It almost made him quit. Because you got to remember, you got to understand, Doc is a veteran. He's a war veteran.
Right.
He already had people he lost. You know what I'm saying? So, that was enough.
Yeah.
That was and again, I was the one artist that, I feel like Doc really believed in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he almost quit. But, after that, I had to heal. My mouth was wired shut.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Ankle was all messed up. I had to get ankle surgery, jaw surgery, and then, my wife, I feel like she had it the worst. Like people don't understand. I was in pain. Yes, my wife was in worse pain than I was. You know what I'm saying? And that's mainly because she had to deal with everything while being awake. I had to deal with everything while being sedated.
Yeah.
It's almost kind of like
two types are hard, man.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like somebody trying to go through life, but they high the whole time, versus somebody going through life and they sober the whole time. Like, she didn't get to take a nap. She didn't get like she stopped eating for a while. It was hard for her.
I bet. And y'all were married
And
3 weeks and that happened.
yeah, it was 3 weeks.
Sheesh.
And so uh so she did the best she could. Man, she had the support of her family, friends, all of that. But that didn't make it easier. It still was hard, and she had to become a different person that she knew for herself to get through that. Um, I don't think anybody would have been able to prepare for a moment like that, honestly. I couldn't
Nah.
have, she
How do
couldn't
how
have.
do
It
you?
just
You know?
yeah, it just wasn't. Yeah. So, you know, but I also knew there was nothing that was going to change the dynamic except for me trying to get better. So I had to fight. I had to get better.
Mm,
Um, she lost a lot of sleep. I
yeah.
lost a lot of sleep. I had night terrors. I remember nights I would be in the bed, I was screaming in the middle of the night in my nightmares. Like
Wow.
I had all kind of nightmares. I remember feeling the pain of my leg when the medicine wore off from the surgeries, screaming. Like it was just rough, bro. It
Shh.
was rough. And then it was a type of mental pain, emotional pain,
How was
physical
your
pain.
how long was your like your therapy like to like get you through that? Like the type of extensive, I would assume it probably took a hot minute for you to get
Man, it took me
rehabilitated out of that.
it was like a year and some change,
Wow.
fully. It was like a
Yeah.
year and some change.
Yeah.
And I praise God for the time that it took because um it gave me a lot of time to think, like I said, about what's important to me. It wasn't important to me to be popular as a rapper no more. What was important to me was like being there for my family,
Yep.
being there for my wife, um, and being the best version of myself that I could be. And that had nothing to do with the music that I had put out at first. I had just put out an album. I had put out Loose Cannon Volume 2 when that happened. And me and Doc talk about it till still to this day. He was like, man, Loose Cannon Volume 2 was supposed to propel you way further in your career, and then you had the accident.
Mm.
Like they all felt the whole label felt like that was the album that was going,
Right.
you
Right.
know. And then that happens where it's just like, dang, I can't even tour. I can't
Mm.
perform none of these songs. I just did a song with Social Club. Motivation till this day is one of my biggest songs. In fact,
That
yeah,
song goes crazy.
but I got a plaque for 5 million streams right now, and those are old numbers. Those are the old numbers. Like, and so I say that to say, like, we really felt like that was the project, but at the same time, we realized, man, that happened, but that wasn't the end for me.
Sure.
You know, it was me pushing through and figuring out who I am as a man from there.
Yeah.
That
It's like
that
you know what's better than that plaque on that wall is your life is here. Like, you
exactly,
know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like the fact that you have a plaque is dope, but it's like, man, like cool. Doc could have been looking at a plaque, but then would have been like, yo, like I don't have like Canon's not here. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And
yeah,
your family would have done that. Everyone would have done that, and it would have been like,
yeah,
man, like the plaques, like you said earlier, the plaques, the accolades, all that stuff is great. It's fun, but at the end of the day, once all that stuff, if it still is pointless without looking at, you know what I mean, the person, like so,
yeah,
it's facts, bro.
yeah, man. Numbers don't mean nothing when a life isn't there to celebrate it, man. Like,
100%. How has it
th-
impacted you today? Like, what from that moment today? What is something that you're like, man, this is how this
oh,
is
I
still. You
mean,
know what I mean?
so many things, bro. Like, I still got the rod in my leg from that time. Um, I got a long rod in my leg from my ankle to my shin, about this long in my leg. I got a rod in there. I got a metal plate in my jaw because my jaw was shattered. Um, my wife cracked jokes. She called me Iron Man, Bicentennial Man over here. You know, but
Tony Stark.
right. But in another sense though, the winter season that happened in the winter season, and that happened I think December 22nd, 23rd, one of those. It was right before Christmas, and still to this day, that that time frame which we're in right now, that time frame still gives me a level of PTSD, a level of depression, anxiety. When the winter season is my hardest season.
Mm,
Like as a person, like forget the artist stuff.
sure.
As a person, like depression and anxiety creeps up more than ever in this season during that time frame.
Mm,
And I have to continue to remember, like, oh, something happened to me. That's why I'm having these
yeah.
thoughts. That's why I'm having these moments in life. That's why I'm having a hard day. That's why I'm having a hard moment, a hard season. But some of this is still connected to the time frame that I almost lost my life. So I say that to say, like, you know, uh, I still have to get counseling and therapy because of that time frame. Like, it's not like, oh, it happened and it's we done with it. It's like, no, this season that I'm living in right now, December, like right before Christmas,
Yeah.
this, like, my anniversary is November 22nd. This happened,
Mhm.
like I said, 3 weeks after my anniversary.
Congratulations, by the way.
So,
10 years, brother.
oh, no, I appreciate it,
10
bro.
years,
Like,
man. 10 years. Let's
you
go.
know, but like, this is the time frame right now that I struggle the hardest with my mental health.
Mm,
This is probably where I'll write my darkest songs, honestly, because this is where I have my darkest moments. This is the season I think about death the most in my
mm,
entire life. Whether it's suicidal
mm,
or whether it's I'm just thinking about, like, I've had dreams the past few days about
mm.
death, not even my own, but just in
Wow.
general, just
Wow.
death on the mind. I've also had cousins die in the same season during the pandemic, so it's just like, for me, death surrounds the season for me. But I'm also reminded that I made it to the other side at the same time. Like,
Sure.
I made it through God's grace. So there's so much to live for. Just as much there's a lot to die for, there's much to live for.
It's good, bro.
And I had to learn that. Um, like, it's God is literally the reason I'm still here,
Yeah.
but my wife is also the reason why I've chosen to still be here. Like I tell you,
Facts.
them seasons them seasons where you think about suicide is real.
Yeah.
Like, I try to
Mm,
talk as much as I can in my music about those seasons. I put out more records about my depression and anxiety now than I did before then,
sure.
because I realize there are people who still struggle with it. I
Yep.
know at times I still struggle with it, but I tell people in a real way, I'm like, look, out of all the moments that I thought about suicide, like getting, like, letting my life go. My wife was the only reason why I'm still here.
Man.
Like, in a real way, she's the only reason. Like, it's not because of Christian hip hop. It's not
Right.
because of my fans.
Yep.
It's not because of my faith. It's because I choose to not leave my wife behind.
Mm,
By making a selfish mistake. You know what I'm
mm.
saying?
Wow.
So, if people love my music, they can't love me without loving my wife, because
Mm,
there would be no music unless she was present for me.
man. Bro.
So,
That's 100% facts. I know what that somewhat like. I know not to that degree because I've never gone through anything like that in my life, but I do know. Like
mhm,
I try to tell people all the time. I'm like, bro, like anything y'all get to see me do that's cool or fun or whatever, it's a byproduct of my wife. Like
mhm,
100%. Like
mhm.
any of this
Yep.
stuff that y'all celebrate or say, wow, Justin, what you do is cool, or what you do with this is cool, and how you use that. I'm like, right, how do you do that? Every time when they ask me how, I look at my wife and be like, God used her to allow me
Mhm,
to do the thing I'm doing.
mhm.
So, man, I praise God. I've never met your wife ever in my life, man. But maybe one day, Lord willing.
Bro.
But dog, like, I'm celebrating her. We got round of applause effect for her, man. And like, I'm just glad to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
where your mind is at, and like you're still fighting the good fight in that. And I think this is a good way to end it off, man, is to be able to just end on a note of celebrating life and celebrating you.
Mhm.
That for the years that you've
Uh,
been faithful, to your creative gift that God has given you. Because bro, I think that's another thing I want to be able to do with this space. And man, I really want to be able to give artists their flowers, man. That come on here that I ever, if I, whoever I happen to have on here, I don't know. It could be, and it won't always be like, it may not be somebody who anybody really knows, like at all. It might be some underground cat. Like that's cool. Like, but if it's somebody that I know and I love and I cherish, I want to be able to give them flowers and just say, man, like the reality is like I would not. A part of me is a byproduct of you. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you didn't quit, the fact that God's grace was sufficient enough to sustain you through the vehicle of your wife. I think, man, like I'm grateful to have this time to chop it up with you and to be able to stand across a freaking internet connection and have this conversation is wild to me. So man, I just say thank you, man, for your time. Thank you for everything you've done to the space and what you brought to countless other lives, man, where your penmanship and your artistry has been used to not tear down and destroy things, but to build people up like myself. So for anybody else who's listening who maybe doesn't have a chance to sit in front of you, on behalf of those people, we salute you and I say thank you for everything you do. And I'm looking forward to what is next with you. And hopefully I can still be a part of your journey as a friend and as a brother at minimum. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you should already, if you ain't figured it out by now, you stuck with me, big dog. Like you
Let's get
big
it.
dog, you stuck with me, man. Like, you know, no, and I'm just saying, like, in a sense of just like brotherhood, bro.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when you get into the music industry, people pick and choose who, you know, they decide to be cool with based on, you know, clout or based on what they could do for them, based on whatever, you know, politics, whatever. But, you know, I always felt like our friendship was always genuine. I always felt like you was just always a genuine dude, a genuine brother. Like, and you weren't ever like, corny. You know what I'm saying?
Some
Like, you
people
weren't
some people
ever,
thought I was from a distance. I think Tony Tillman even thought that at one point, to be honest. And he is like, yo, like you gotta explain this Green Ranger thing. I think that was like pushing the line, but you know, I accept it. I accept it.
No. Like you know, like I appreciated it for what it was. I mean, if you felt like it was corny, that's, you know, that's everybody entitled to their own opinion,
Once I explained
you
it to
know.
him, he was like, "Oh, okay, I get it. Like this is cool now." You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I just felt like um I just felt like the things that you did allowed me to say, "Hey, man, it's okay to embrace things in your childhood.
Yeah, man.
It's okay to say, you know, we're not gonna talk about the Bible right now. We're gonna talk about the Green Ranger."
Well, it's funny because
You know what I'm saying?
the funny thing is all of that, like I try to tell people that whole situation was a God situation with the Power Ranger thing. Like it wasn't just like, hey, I just want to. It literally was like the story of the Green Ranger matched the gospel, and when I looked at it and was like, wow. And I remember me, Chris Noel, and a couple other guys that was local out here. Like we were all just kind of rocking together. And I remember we were headed to Flavor Fest and we knew it and was just like everybody, all these events we always go to. Every time I go to a thing, it's like we all kind of look the same, dress the same, be whatever. I was like, and I knew I only had 5 minutes. I had 5 minutes before I'm opening up for the truth. And I was like, I have 5 minutes. And I was like, what can we do in 5 minutes? And I was like, I knew I was working on this EP. And Chris and my other homeboy was like, hey, like, why don't you got the suit? Why don't you rap with the suit on? And I was like, yo, I'll do it. And I was like, we gonna set this thing on fire, bro. We got 5 minutes. So we just got up there and shut that mug down. I was like, we're gonna go up there with so much. And I like,
you still got the helmet?
nah, I sold it, bro.
You sold it?
I did.
What made you sell it?
I sold the whole costume, bro, the whole thing. And I sold it because I wanted to do this. So I invested that money into a lot of the gear that I wanted to be able to get to do this properly.
Mm,
And so one gift had to make room for another. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so yeah,
yeah.
yep, that's where it's at.
Man,
That's
I feel you on that, bro. I mean, look, I don't know anybody else who did what you did. You know what I'm saying? And I think what you did was, you know, and as I'm saying this, you're still doing it. You know,
right.
you're a guy. First of all, let me give you your flowers real quick, man. You've been real since day one. You know what I'm
I try
saying?
to be,
Like since
man.
day one. Nah, for real. Like you've been real since day one. But you've always, at least to me, you've always portrayed yourself or been the guy that is not like I don't need the spotlight. Let me honor the people. Let me honor people. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what you've always done. You've always
Mm,
honored people. You've
mm,
always you honored the Green Ranger. Like right now, you're honoring me. You know what I'm saying? And I think you're literally the epitome of what God says when God says, like, let another brother praise you. You that verse. You're
man,
like
wow.
you're a walking Bible verse. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? And that's not everybody can say that. Some people want to be honored so bad they willing to honor themselves, bro. But
mm,
dog, you literally like you you're the reason why people continue to go. Like
mm.
it's like you're the battery for some folks. You're the gasoline on the fire for people. And people. That's the thing. People see the fire. They don't always see the gasoline. They don't always see that. And you've definitely been the gasoline for the culture for a lot of people that continue to keep them going. This interview, this I don't even consider it an interview. I just feel like we hanging.
Yeah, exactly,
But like,
exactly, bro.
what I'm saying? Like I just feel like we hanging,
Yeah.
but I feel encouraged from it. I feel uplifted from it just for the fact that you took your own time, your own platform to honor somebody else. And I think God is definitely watching that.
Mm,
And I think God will definitely honor that, man. And so
man.
keep doing this, bro. Like, and I pray that if it ain't me, somebody will honor you in the same way because it's definitely worthy of recognition, bro.
Man. Wow.
So keep going. You still fire as hell as an artist. You ain't skipped a beat on that.
Man.
Like again, the gaming situation, bro. I drop your name so many times to people. I'm like, hey, Justin Mitchell? Hey man, he got me buying all this stuff.
Ah,
like he got
hey,
like he got me serious about this gaming situation
come
because
on, bro.
you showed me that you could really do this. You know what I'm saying? That you can get a Twitch going, you can get a stream going, a Discord going, you don't gotta be Mr. Number One on the rap scale. Like you can be just the guy who wants to encourage the culture and people love you for that.
Yeah.
And so like I appreciate you for just being yourself and not falling into the man, I gotta be that guy in the rap industry. Like, now make no mistake. What I'm not saying is that you couldn't make a print or imprint for yourself in the industry. No, what I'm saying is like you have multiple gifts,
Mm,
and you choose to use the gifts that you have to honor other people when
mm,
you could have just honored yourself like most people do.
man.
So I'm just like, bro, you are definitely like you're a king in your own lane, dog. Like a king
Wow.
for real.
Jeez.
So
Dang, dog. Like
yeah,
that's heavy, man. I appreciate that for real.
yeah.
I received that, bro.
Like eh, not to cut you
Yo,
off,
you
like I,
good.
I
You good.
like hanging around Craig, he taught me that I could be unashamed of the gospel.
Yeah.
But what I appreciate what you did was you showed me that you can be unashamed to be yourself. And
Mm,
that's what I appreciate. I appreciated that more than anything because there were a lot of people who were like, "Yeah, man, I'm unashamed of the gospel. This, I'm unashamed of the gospel that," and a lot of them don't know how to be themselves.
mm,
They just know how to preach. They just know
That's
how
good.
to quote Bible verses,
That's good.
but they don't know how. They're like empty shells. They don't know how to be themselves on the inside. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, I like the Green Ranger. And that made me say, like, man, that allows me to say, I do too. And the
Mhm.
Red Ranger and the Black Ranger.
Right.
And the, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not childish to like things.
Right.
It's not childish to be a fan of things. It's not childish or less Christian to enjoy entertainment or pop culture
Yeah.
and know that you identify with it. Like there are things outside of being unashamed of the gospel that you also can be unashamed of that is not harmful, that is not detrimental to the culture, to you, or the rest of society.
Yeah.
And and so I appreciate that because I was around people who told me that to like games and to like video games and to still talk about Power Rangers. I was around folks that told me that means you are immature
Yeah.
and you're an extended adolescent. While on the flip side, you're an entire man who take care of his family
Yep.
that loves those same things.
Yep.
So it just taught me like it's okay to be on the game.
Yeah.
It's okay to love the game. It's okay to enjoy entertainment. Look, everybody I was around was trying to be a missionary. Everybody I was trying to be around, everybody I was around was trying to be a church leader, church pastor, or some sort of leader for the church. And they didn't embrace or amen enough brothers who just embrace also entertainment and games and fun. It was like, oh, you're not trying to lead no church? Oh, you wasting your life.
Yeah.
Or you not trying to you not trying to be a revolutionary?
Yeah.
You wasting your life. And I was like, bro, get out of here,
Yeah,
man.
man.
So man, bro, take your flowers, man. Like take your
Man.
bouquet of flowers because
Man.
because
I
it
don't know.
matters, man. It really does matter, bro. Like let another man praise you.
Yeah.
Like it's necessary for you to be able to be honored in that way, man.
Man.
There's a lot of selfish people out here. You're not one of them. So,
Man, I appreciate
uh,
you, bro. Well, man,
man,
this has been a crazy good convo, man. I think we could probably stay
really
on here for
has.
like another 3 hours probably and still chop it up. And like there's still some
Don't do
questions
it to me.
there
I could talk, bro. I
that
could
I
talk.
know
Don't do it to me.
that's what happens when creatives get together, man. We just love to talk anyway, man. And like I think especially these types of creatives, man, like me and you both, I think have a gift to be able to just build relationships, man, and have conversations. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm
Yeah, man.
grateful for that, bro. And yeah, we'll have to continue the conversation on another episode or something, man. So I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed it, man. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself too, bro. And
Oh, I did, bro. I did.
something
I
different,
did for
something
real.
different.
I did. I did. I did. I gotta, at another time, I gotta get my lick back. I gotta get my get back. You know what I'm saying? Cause you had me answering these questions while I was playing Call of Duty and get my 40 piece. You know what I'm saying?
uh,
I'll never not really get my 40 piece at any point in the night. I feel like me getting 38 like 2-3 times in a row.
well, bro, thank you again, man, for being on here. And I'm gonna go ahead and at least end the the podcast joint. But man,
Yep.
thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all watching. Thanks for hanging out. This is the Creative in God Mode podcast. Thank y'all for checking out all of this content. So hopefully, I think next Friday we're doing another one with my boy JusRZD, man. JusRZD is gonna come in and he's gonna play some COD with us, and we're gonna get some questions and dialogue with him. And yeah, that'll be episode 2 next week. So love y'all, man. Y'all be creative and
Appreciate you,
love
bro.
y'all, man. Peace.